What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another stream, which I think I've messed... Okay, I don't think I've messed up. Apologies to anyone that was watching the other stream. I had to redo a new one. Yes, the internet is awful. What is new? What is up? How is it going? How was your week? If you own Cancelo, you probably did well. If you own Kane or Son, you're probably annoyed. Salah owners also annoyed, of course. Goal ruled out for VAR. I guess it was handball. I was fouling him quite a lot. But whatever, we get over it. We move. Super chat on the previous stream. I don't think I can easily find it now because that stream's been deleted. I can have a quick look in the back end, but you might just have to try and put it in chat and I'll see if I can find it. How are we all doing? 69 points, Captain Cancelo, huge. Bad week, top 4K, says JK, very nice. Okay, I found it. 60 with Salah and Son, both missing out with VAR. 60 is decent, Howard. 60 is decent. Don't be panicking too much about that. It's frustrating, but at the end of the day, Son was offside, just about, but he was offside. It was handball, fair enough. This year's match dynamics is hell. I'm not sure what you mean. You had one job. The one job was to get a stream up after the game, and that's what I've done. I just had to do it. I just had to do it twice, that's all. Not that bad, all in all. Worst you've seen the lag, you must not have watched these streams before. By the way, the reason I stopped the stream wasn't because of the internet, but not because it was being bad, just because I set it to the wrong settings, that's all. My fault, not the internet this time. Internet update, someone asked me earlier. No idea. I'm gonna email tomorrow, hopefully, or Monday probably now, and try and find out. Don't know how long it's gonna be. How does someone get on your wall? Interesting question. It depends, really. Some people saying Chris Wood should go up on the wall. Don't feel like Chris Wood did enough. If he scored twice or even three times and beaten Souček, then he probably would have gone up. But one goal, yeah, it's probably not deserved. Top 10k first time this season, very nice. Yeah, I'm top 1,000 now. I'm freaking happy about that. Let me just change my team. So I finished on 72, which is a pretty good week. We'll have to talk about Kane in a minute as well, because Kane is... why is that showing there? Weird. Kane is potentially out now. I don't know what the actual... I don't know what the actual injury update is, really. All we know is that he went off. Kind of landed on his... Or I don't know if he landed twice on his ankle, but he twisted both ankles. It might not have been a twist, but you know what I mean. He's had an ankle issue on his right, then his left. Adam, how's it going? Son and Watkins or Grealish and Calvert-Lewin? I feel like Son's going to provide you a captaincy in Gameweek 23, so if you've not got another way to get him, I'll possibly just go that way. Gundogan on the wall. Now, Gundogan has to do more. We can't just put someone up on the wall every time they score. Like, Antonio and Stones did go up after 1 week, but Antonio scored 4 goals, and Stones got 27 points in a week. McNeil was 1 week, but that was on a bench boost where he, out of the blue, got 14 points. So we've got to be careful about putting players on just because they score a few points. By game shop, it's GameStop, or is that part of the joke? It's probably part of the joke and I've missed it. Oh my god, the internet is awful today. Thank you for sticking with me while I basically lagged to death. I am still in the cup, yeah. My opponent had to have Robertson outscore Salah by 36 points tonight. Gorav, how's it going? Need a Vardy replacement for next 4. Calvert-Lewin an option with the fixtures. Yeah, although I think with Calvert-Lewin, his next 2 are definitely better than his next 4, because the next 4 include United and Fulham, but they're not awful. Other option is Werner, who could be, if he starts, could be decent, but is he going to start? I just think, I do get the appeal with going for Werner, but just not for me. Kane got 2 knocks to his left ankle. I thought one was right, one was left. I'm 2.4 million. Any chance on moving down significantly? Absolutely. Just keep making the right call. Well, I guess it's start making the right calls. But like some you're making the right calls, it's just not necessarily working out. Like, don't start thinking that you've got to make really crazy captaincy decisions and all that stuff. Alfie Mawson potentially should be up there. You're right. Let me bring the team up. I've got a stream deck now, but I'm not really... Oh, I don't even know if I've got it set up properly. Like, is that... I better just click it instead. I don't think I've got it right. So this is the team. I don't want to be frustrated when I scored 72 points, but De Gea and Wan-Bissaka not getting clean sheets against Sheffield United is just disgusting. Overall, though, pretty damn happy. Saka with 13, Wood with 8. Like, when Wood scored, it was just so good. So good. White or brown bread? It depends, really, doesn't it? Like, brown bread, obviously better for you, but white bread, bit of toast, white all the way, you know? I wish De Bruyne wasn't injured. The points would be flooding. Yeah, look, I'm not going to pretend that I gave Gundogan and co much consideration for captaincy. Fair play if you captain Gundogan or Cancelo, but I would have definitely captained De Bruyne over Fernandes this week. Can you do a video of how everyone got on the wall? I have. I've answered that twice. Once in a 100k Q&A and once in another video, but I can't remember which one. How come I don't reply to Instagram DMs? Because if you saw my inbox, you'd realise why. It's usually a flood of text and then a picture of a team every single time. Jake, thank you very much. Kartik, how's it going? Bought Kane and Son before the match. You know the risk of early transfers, you know. To beat the price rise of Vardy and De Bruyne, take hits or keep Kane for West Brom. Wait and see what Mourinho says. Don't panic too much just yet. He might be fine. You know what Kane's like? Once he's like nearly okay to start, he just keeps starting. Like, he just starts. He always plays, doesn't he? But he has had ankle problems before. So yeah, we'll see what Mourinho says. Whether Mourinho gives us a proper answer, that's something to kind of wait for, I guess. We'll make more places on the wall. Don't panic about the wall too much. I do love the wall. I think it was a great idea. But yeah, when we need to put someone up there, like genuinely need, Marco, who's the legend that designed it all, he will sort it. Don't worry. Greg, how's it going? Son or Gundogan captain and Antonio versus Liverpool or Bamford versus Leicester? That is a tough one, the second one. I feel like I'd probably play Antonio. The thing is, Matip went off after 45 minutes. Matip cannot stay fit. Fabinho also missed out. I don't know how long he's out for. Now, Henderson's been playing well, right? And I'm not saying West Ham will get loads of chances, but I feel like I'd probably start Antonio, even though it's Liverpool. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's harsh on Bamford. I mean, arguably Bamford's got the easier fixture, but Antonio just looks so good again. Son or Gundogan captain? I don't know if I want to captain someone against Sheffield United, even if it's a Man City player. But Son without Kane, I'd probably lean towards Son, but I don't know if I'd be as happy now without Kane. Yash, come on, bro. Transfer plans already. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, my transfer plans are kind of on hold now because of Kane, but I don't really want to just keep... I don't really just want to keep my team as it is. I don't want to roll the transfer. I don't feel like my team is strong enough. Not with Chris Wood in there anyway. And Saka's playing United, Souček's playing Liverpool. It's not the ideal week to roll a transfer. Either Cancelo or Sterling in for game week 21. I think long term you're probably going to want Cancelo, but it's going to depend on who you're taking out. If you've got a really good defence, but you need to fix the midfield, then Sterling or vice versa, you know. Nihao, Adams to DCL, ECR to Barnes, Bernardo to Trent for -4. Bernardo to Trent. Who's Bernardo? Bernardo. Defender. I can't think who that is. I mean, that sounds pretty good from -4, yeah. Bernardo. Is it, I don't know. Surprised you're not going Grealish. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Chill out. Chill with the Grealish talk. I like Grealish. I was thinking of doing Saka and Wood to Grealish and Kane. But the problem is now, Kane might be injured. So I guess let's talk about it, right? Let's go to next week. So if Kane is fit, to be honest, will I bring him in even if Mourinho says he's fit? I don't 100% know. Because I'll have that slight worry. Because I don't think the fixtures are that good anyway. The West Brom fixture is really the one I want to target. So if Kane happened to be fit, if they just said, do you know what? Nothing wrong with Kane. He'll be back next week. Oh yeah, Brighton and Bernardo. Okay. My tongue's hurting. Yeah, let's say Kane was fit, then it'd be Wood to Kane, and then I'd think about doing Saka to Grealish. But Kane being injured kind of provides me with a bit of a problem, because if he's back for West Brom, if he's out for West Brom, then I sorry, if he's back for West Brom, then I want him captain. The thing with Son is, before, probably pre-Mourinho, when Kane has missed out, Son's been great. He's just played up front and been brilliant. The problem this year is Kane is so much a part of their creative spark, you know. But is it overthinking, right? Because they're playing Brighton and West Brom. Harry Kane likely. Is there a good source for that Kane thing? Does it come from Mourinho? Like, where's Ben got it from? What's the source? Has Mourinho said that? If he's out for a few weeks, so he could miss game week 24 as well. Oh, this is spanner in works time. Better long term, Bruno or Salah. Bruno does have really good fixtures. Salah's are okay. I'd probably go for Salah, honestly, if I could only have one. Want to change my whole team, what do you suggest? You probably don't. I sit back and relax. If that's coming from tonight, just wait till tomorrow morning. And you probably won't feel that way. You could wildcard, but I would try and avoid that if you can. Kyle Walker-Peters to Stones or Che Adams to Watkins. Who is Southampton playing this week? They're playing Villa, obviously Watkins. I'd probably do the Kyle Walker-Peters. Again, it depends who else is on your bench though. Like, do you have other defenders you can play instead? I think Stones is definite for like long term, you know. It's overthinking. I don't know if it's completely overthinking. Like, Son didn't look great against Liverpool when Kane went off, but it's Liverpool, right? It's not the same as Brighton and West Brom. I'm trying to see that source for that Kane thing. Oh, Klopp says Matip's injury looks serious. Wow. If Fabinho's out, right, they've got no senior centre-backs. That's not good. The good thing for Liverpool is they just... okay. Jose Mourinho says Harry Kane has injuries in both ankles. See, I told you, it was right and left that he went down on and will be out for a few weeks. How many, I don't know. So that looks like Kane is ruled out. Man, if you went for an early transfer, that is a killer. I'll retweet the Kane news. Let me just read it. There we go. So Kane is out for a few weeks. Comes from Mourinho himself. So I'm not getting Kane in. I guess my main problem is I definitely want Wood out this week. I feel like him out is better than Saka out. So I guess I'm going Watkins or Calvert-Lewin. I need to have a proper think about that. I do like Calvert-Lewin's next two fixtures, and the fact that they've got an outside shot of a double game week does kind of tempt me. And Luka Dean's back, Rodriguez is in the side, etc. Do I do Saka out for Son or Saka out for Grealish, though? Do I just ignore Spurs? But I will want Spurs back. Or I will want Spurs in. But I probably still have enough money to do Souček to Son in game week 23. That's a tough one. Zach TV, Trent out for Luka Dean, Saka out for Reece James. Thoughts? Huh? Saka out for James. Oh, Rodriguez, sorry. Is it a good time to take out Trent? I feel like he's been alright the last few games. Even disregarding tonight, I thought he was right against Burnley, to be honest. I don't know. Luka Dean, I get it. Like, people are suddenly all over him, but I don't know. If you really want James Rodriguez, then maybe do the Trent downgrade, but I don't think it's necessarily needed. Yanks, thanks very much. Thomas, done. De Bruyne to Gundogan, Bamford to Calvert-Lewin, -4. I wouldn't take a -4 for Bamford personally. Also, because it's signing from -8, but is it worth it without Kane? Want both long term? Yeah, I mean, the short answer is we can go and look at stats of Son without Kane, but have we seen Son without Kane in a Mourinho team? Like, I'm assuming Son's going to play up front, but will Vinicius come in? I don't know. Will Bale come in? It's really hard to say. You'd assume Son will now be the main man. Will Son be on penalties too? So it depends who you're taking out for Son, I guess. What I will say is, I do think that Son is much more needed in game week 23 than he is this week. So I feel like he's an okay captain this week, but he's not the standout. Well, I think Salah has got a shot. I think Gundogan's got a shot at captaincy. Sterling, Mane, etc. So I don't think Son is the be all and end all when it comes to captain. So you could just wait. Like, I might just do Wood to Calvert-Lewin or Watkins and just keep Saka for now and not get Son. But I'm definitely going to want him for 23. I don't know. It's not really worth a hit, is it? Sterling best captain next week. Debatable, yeah. I'd say he's right up there. I think because of the fixture, yes. But I think Sheffield United are not the same as West Brom. Like, I did say that in the captaincy video. West Brom are really bad. So I do think if you've got Sterling, he is a good captain option. As long as he's going to start. we'll have to wait and see what Pep says. Sam, need to replace De Bruyne, Kane, Reece, James, potentially in two. I don't know if you with Reece James, I would definitely probably hold on for now and just hope he starts the next one. De Bruyne and Kane, fair enough. That's just two players though, and they give you so much money. Like, you can literally get anyone you want. So I don't think that's necessarily worth a wild card. If they're just bench players, okay, it's annoying. But if you can wait a few more weeks, the wild card will be much better. Like, I can't. It's a bit like when I said to people early on, don't use your free hit until around game week 18. I know in the end not everyone needed it, but I'd strongly avoid using your wild card now if you can help it, to be honest. Wan-Bissaka to Luka Dean an option? He is, but again, I wonder how much of it is short-term thinking. Like, people are looking at that Newcastle and Leeds game and thinking that's dead cert for points, but after that, are the fixtures that good, really? Double game week would be nice, of course, and maybe I'll get him in then. But Wan-Bissaka has West Brom, Newcastle, 24-25. I don't have to play him every week anyway. I will fully hold my hands up and say Wan-Bissaka is a rubbish FPL option, but he's only in because needs must. And I obviously wish I had Maguire. Would have been so good. Bamford for Kane or Sofar in defence this week. I'd rather play Bamford than Sofar, that's for sure. If you want him long term, it's a good move, I think. Chazza, thank you very much. Ziyech, Mahrez or Gundogan in for El Ghazi. I think it's got to be Gundogan. Anything else is overthinking, in my honest opinion. Yeah, that's the thing. Kane's assist threat has been decent this year. Like, he's been so creative. The amount of assists he's got is ridiculous. All to Son as well. I nearly had another one tonight, right? Just offside. So that is a bit of a worry. Who's going to come in for him? You know, if Vinicius or Bale comes in for... I mean, Bale doesn't really work, I guess, unless he's going to play on the left or straight through the middle. You know, he could play Mora and Bergwijn on the wings. Potentially play Son through the middle. It's hard to know, isn't it? Yeah, Kane is apparently out. I've tweeted it. Let's see. It says. Here we go. Jose Mourinho says Harry Kane has injuries in both ankles and will be out for a few weeks. How many? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm tempted to take a hit this week, mostly because I'm just ahead now. So I feel like using a few points because the wildcard's done me so well. I've gone 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks I've only taken a -4. The problem is a -4 takes me straight back out of the top 1k. So I'm kind of thinking about that a little bit. But I don't want to try and think like that too early. There's so many weeks to go. I could easily just balls this up. But it's nice to see triple digits. I've never seen that before. So I must admit I'm pretty happy about that. Please do give the stream a like, by the way, if you're enjoying it. Hit subscribe if you're new around here. Loads more content to come. I'll be glad soon. We're going to go back to normal weeks, like Saturday to Saturday deadlines. But there are a few more quick turnarounds before them. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell and give the stream a like. Any thoughts on Odegaard? Odegaard, is that how you pronounce it? I'll be completely honest, Ryan. I always say this when I'm streaming. If I don't know the answer, then I'll say it. I don't know much about him. I know that there was a lot of hype around him. All clubs wanted him. Went to Real Madrid, then got loaned a lot because it didn't really work out. And obviously the kid was seen as the next big thing. But it hasn't worked out. How many minutes will he get for Arsenal? Will he go straight into the team? It's all these things I just don't know. So stop bragging. I think, to be fair, I've just answered a million questions, just mentioned it once. So we'll see you later. Goodman got 3 bonus playing 58 minutes over Cancelo. Bonus points is rigged. for you, I assume. No, he just got 2 goals. Happy days. I mean, to be fair, right, I'm a Cancelo owner. Cancelo was a bit lucky for his goal, wasn't he? Let's be fair. But then again, should have had goals in other games, so maybe it's evened out a little bit. But yeah, Odegaard, I don't really know much about him. Like, I guess he's going to take Smith Rowe's spot, potentially, so that kind of puts Smith Rowe out the door, almost. But let's see if he comes straight in, etc. Just don't know. Just don't know. Andrew, I've got no idea what you're on about, but Fantasy Football Scout haven't kicked me anywhere. I literally work for them. Son looked lost second half without Kane. But do you think that's just Liverpool? They were chasing the game. Liverpool had pretty much full control for that second half. So yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to what Son did in that second half, to be honest. I think the next two completely different. It's Chelsea though. I'm kind of siding towards not getting Son. I've got to be honest. Get to see what he's like without Kane, and then just get him for West Brom easily. Maybe just do Wood to Calvert-Lewin or Wood to Watkins and just leave it. The thing is, because and this is probably where I'm going wrong. I've got all that money in the bank. Got 8.8 million. I really want to spend it. I really just want to buy a big striker that's not Kane, but there isn't any. I don't want... Vardy's obviously injured. Aguero's nowhere to be seen. Martial, no way. Werner, no way. I guess I just got to stick to not spending it. Wood to Calvert-Lewin for free and just move on. Odegaard has the best progressive passing stats for an under 23. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I thought Smith Rowe's pretty good at that in terms of... in terms of progressing the ball. I don't really know what his passing stats are like, but in terms of running with the ball and progressing it, a bit like Grealish does a lot of the time. I thought Smith Rowe's been pretty good. It's kind of harsh, to be fair, if he suddenly loses his place. Son Gundogan for Saka Souček -4. I don't know if you need to do the -4. You could just do Souček you could just do one of those, but they're probably good long-term moves, so don't hate the -4. It said like Erdogard. Oh, I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out how to say Tuchel. Tuchel? Too cool? Too cool for school? I don't know how you say it. Seamus, how's it going? Well done. Is it worth -4 to swap Diaz for Cancelo? Or 2 sideways? Also thoughts on Rashford out for Barnes. Yeah, so I did a video with Gianni earlier, which is going out on Scout tomorrow morning. We talked about Rashford. I think if you go and look at the fixtures for Rashford, they're pretty good. But what I will say is, after doing the Captaincy videos the last few weeks, Rashford's stats are going down and down, and he hasn't looked good. So I'm not against that move. The Diaz to Cancelo one, right, here's all I'll say. You'll probably, especially with double game weeks to plan for and stuff like that, I reckon you'll almost never have a free transfer to do that move. And it's a move you're going to want to do every week. Now, of course, the week you do it, where they both just get a clean sheet point, you get no attacking returns, then it looks like a mistake. But if you think Cancelo's nailed on enough, it's not necessarily the worst move. But it could take weeks till it pays it back. So I would try and wait for a free transfer to do it. But it will be one of those ones that will eat at you, that you'll want to keep doing it. And you just won't be able to. Rashford was awful, yeah. I'm not trying to stick up for him by any means. I'm just saying the fixtures are quite good, and it's not like he's a bad player. He could turn it around quite easy. Philip, Zaha in for Maddison or Barnes for Game Week 21? Surely not. Surely not. They're playing Leeds, aren't they? Why would you get rid of them? There's no Vardy, I know, but you give them the Leeds game, surely. Jack, Grealish in for ZS -4 or next week for free. I'd probably go for free. Chelsea don't have... Who did Chelsea have? Burnley at home. I think they did all right against them in the reverse fixture. And Ziyech should be good for a match like that. I don't think I'd do it for -4. I really like Grealish. I do love him, but I don't know about -4. I'm in an iron over that myself. Couldn't you do Wood to DCL and Saka to Grealish this week and go for Souček to Son in 23? Yeah, I can absolutely do that, but obviously it leaves me with a bit of a benching headache. But yes, if I wasn't having to get Harry Kane, I could. I don't know if I want to spread the money that thin, though. That's the only thing. That was the perfect thing about Kane. It basically, I got Kane in, Grealish in, then I had Souček as bench fodder. That was perfect. Whereas if I get Son in and Grealish, it spreads the money quite a bit, which is a pain for getting De Bruyne back maybe at some point. So yeah, it's hard to know really. Travis, going to do De Bruyne to Gundogan, nice. Adams to Watkins, nice. But should I wait until the West Brom game for Maddison to Son, or this week for a -8? Again, Maddison's playing Leeds. I wouldn't take -4s for Son. He plays Chelsea the week after as well. And I'm not saying he can't score against Chelsea. All right, I need to get that out in the open. But it's not the best fixture, is it? In my opinion. Will, Kane, Kyle Walker-Peters and Bruce for Cancelo, Calvert-Lewin and Watkins for -4. Like, that just feels like massive, massive upgrades. Nothing wrong with that at all. 3 moves for a -4. 3 great players you're bringing in. Decent. Don't know if you know when is the next double game week. So, Greg, potential for a double game week in 24. It'll be Man City plus either Everton or Southampton, but that's not guaranteed. The next big one will be 26. If you go and watch the preview video after this that I did earlier, there's a section on that, and there's chapters so you can skip straight to it if you want to. By the way, if you're an Instagram user, make sure you go and follow me over on there. There might be some stuff on there that you'll want to see soon. Plus, I'm trying to... Oh, what? That didn't work. I'm trying to use it a bit more often, like reactions. By the way, if you're not already following me, make sure you do. But also, for people that do follow me there, how much did you like my Chris Wood U-turn? I personally thought it was brilliant. For anyone that doesn't follow me on Instagram, I basically did a story that said at half-time that said there's no way Chris Wood is going to score here. If he does, it'll be luck. And then he went and scored, and I was like, as I said, Chris Wood definitely going to score. Jack, Salah, Calvert-Lewin for Wilson, Rashford / Sean from -8, or just one. Again, probably just one. You're taking out players that are like Calvert-Lewin for Wilson sounds fine, to be honest. Corey, I just looked and Henderson and Doherty is pretty much going down. Who even has them? There's always someone that owns them. Stick with Reece James. Yeah, I would. Chris Wood. It was you've got to have some fun with FPL, right? You just have to. The Chris Wood thing is just funny, right? You can call it luck, whatever. That's fine. But it was just the way it went in. It was a great header, to be fair, and he did have a really good chance before that. So yeah, I was loving Chris Wood this week. I don't think Chris Wood was as bad a pick as people made out. I'm not saying he's the best. The problem was the fixtures, of course. But yeah, to do that, and I benched Martinez. I thought I'm quids in now because I've got De Gea. Bam, 1 point as well. Not good. Do I think Chilwell will keep his place? I do, but I don't. Obviously, I don't know for sure. I think any Chelsea players you got, like Reece James, Chilwell, etc., you probably just keep them, right, for 1 more week and just see what happens. Oh, got no drink in there. By the way, how quickly did people's opinions change on Liverpool? I guess they're back now and in form, so everyone wants to keep them. Gaurav, play 1. Mitchell, Sofal, Dallas. So Dallas against Leicester. Mitchell against... Mitchell, I think. Because Sofal's got Liverpool and Dallas has got Leicester away. No Vardy, I suppose, but I'd probably just play Mitchell against Wolves. Happy days. Do you go live before the deadline? I do. I go live... an hour usually before the deadline. On Saturday, if it's a Saturday deadline, it's usually about 45-50 minutes. But on a weekday, it's usually an hour before. So tomorrow will be team selection in the morning. I'll have a bit more of a think about what to do with my transfers. Captaincy in the evening, and then deadline stream on Saturday morning. Happy days. Martin, what do you think of Rashford and Bamford to Gundogan and Calvert-Lewin from -4? Maybe just one of the moves. Yeah, again, you could just go for one. I think it depends on your long-term plans. Like if Gundogan and Calvert-Lewin are going to be in your plans for the next 4 or 5 weeks, you could do it. But I don't think either of them is worth a -4 in isolation. So I'd probably just do one, whichever one you don't want long-term. Don't read the comments to start with, you probably won't read this. The question is, should I read the ones that end with, you probably won't read this? That is the question. By the way, I've seen a few people saying go on and win FPL. Obviously, I'm not going to win it, but here's the thing, right? I think last week when I was 3K or something, I was 145 behind the leader. Now I'm 143. Like it's almost impossible to catch that person. I'm 143 by 21, 22, 23. What is it? It's like 18 weeks left, isn't it? Is it 18? Yeah, 18 weeks left. So I would have to catch up on the number 1, nearly 8 points every single week. It's ridiculous. So ain't ever winning it, but obviously top 10k is now looking much better than it was a few weeks ago. So we'll see. The problem is there's still half a season left and I've got no wild cards. So yeah, let's see how high we can get, I suppose. Or let's see how far we can not fall. How many hits would I take for fibre internet? Oh, that is a good question. Well, I'm 42 points ahead of top 10k, so maybe I would take 11 hits. If I get fibre tomorrow, I'd take 11 hits. No, don't read any comments that say you probably won't read this, including this one. Too late. Too late. How far ahead is the person in first to second? I'm not sure. You can go and have a look. I won't look that up. You basically can't have a red arrow to even get close to winning. Yeah, and obviously there's going to be double game weeks and stuff with big scores where there's big potential to get higher. But yeah, 143 pieces is just ridiculous. Not impossible, of course, but you'd have to start getting into like top 100 in the next few weeks. It's just not going to happen. Where are you that doesn't have fibre? Like half of Ireland, maybe more. It's hopefully coming. I don't want to get my hopes up, but they did say the work. Now, just because the work's completed doesn't mean I can then necessarily get it because it has to be indexed and stuff like that. But they did say end of January, middle of February, they hope to have the work done. Now, I haven't seen anyone working on it this week, so I'm hoping that means it's been done. So yeah, I don't know. Can you recommend a reliable tyre brand for my Fiat 125? It's to the near side front. I feel like there's a joke I'm missing there, but I literally know nothing about cars. I know less about cars than I do about FPL. Seb, please don't listen to this. But you're right, I never do what you say. JM, thank you very much. Greg, is Gundogan the penalty taker? Sorry for all my questions. Greg, don't apologise for asking questions. We assume he is, but we don't know for sure. You'd need like the first 11 on the pitch and for him to take it, obviously without De Bruyne. But he did take the last one and he dispatched it pretty nicely. De Bruyne is injured and Sterling's awful, so hopefully, yeah. I couldn't sit here and say 100%, but I think most people, you give them a tenner to bet on who's the penalty taker at the moment, they would say Gundogan. Cedric, how's it going? Salah, Grealish or Gundogan captain? Great question. Not Grealish for me. I like Grealish, but I don't know if he's captainable. Although last time against Southampton, he got like 14 points, something like that. Oh, Salah versus Gundogan. I keep thinking, how much subconsciously is Gundogan's price playing on my mind? But right now, I would put it on Salah ahead of Gundogan, I think. In fact, I better do that now. Like, Gundogan did well, but he did 2 shots, 2 goals. He's having a lot of shots, though, isn't he? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking West Ham are pretty stubborn. But Sheffield United were against Man United as well. But Man City are better than Man United. So they get an early goal there. It could be curtains. But the reverse fixture, Sheffield United, bearing in mind Sheffield United weren't playing that well at the time, they did keep Man City at bay. So it's tricky. Right now I'm on Salah, but I'm not against switching. I have free hit triple captain. Triple captain I use in a double game week when I'm not using my free hit, basically. If I don't free hit in 26, then I'll probably triple captain a Spurs player, but we'll see. Have you ever been recognised in the streets as Andy from Let's Talk FPL or Fanny's Football Scout? Actually, it has happened a few times, and every time it's weird. Because I'm not the most, like... it's not that I'm just a horrible person that doesn't want to talk to people. I'm not great at small talk. It's very easy to come on a camera in front of thousands of people and talk about FPL, but in the streets, small talk, it ain't my thing. So it has happened. It happened once in Tesco. Happened once in a Joyce's for anyone that lives in Ireland. Actually happened when I was on holiday in Spain as well, while I was in a swimming pool. What do you think? I think lots of things. I need to transfer Kane out for Calvert-Lewin. Should I take a -4 on Barnes to Son? I'm finding the Barnes and the Maddison questions a little bit weird, to be completely honest, because last week it was all about getting in Maddison and Barnes, and now loads of people seem to be considering taking -4s. They're playing Leeds. What's the need? Is it just because of Vardy or what? Is that top 1,000 in England or the world? That's always overall ranks. It's everyone, basically. Ewan, CSR and Wood out for Calvert-Lewin and Son. Who's CSR? Do you mean ESR? I guess so. In which case, I like it. I like it a lot. Which two start of Calvert-Lewin, Bamford, Antonio? Calvert-Lewin definitely. Bamford or Antonio? I'd probably go Antonio, but it could hurt benching Bamford. Where was I in Spain? I was in a swimming pool. I told you that. I was in I can't remember what it's called. What are all the obvious places called in Spain? Is it? Hang on. Was it Torremolinos, or was that where I was with my? No, I don't think it was Torremolinos. I think that's where I went with the kid as well in time. I can't remember where it was. Nah, not Tenerife. Not Tenerife. Begins with S. Does it begin with S? I feel like it begins with S. Anyway, it was like a year or two ago. Not Ibiza, no. Not Costa anything, unless you're talking about Diogo Costa maybe. Official Kane statement on FPL Twitter now, is it? Is it not just the same one? I'll have a look for it in a second. Marbella, Lanzarote, nah. Magaluf, no. Sevilla, no. Salute, no. Maybe it wasn't S. Oh, do you know, I just messaged my missus. She'll know. It was somewhere where, like, when I found out where we were actually going, I was like, oh, we probably shouldn't have gone there. But it was nice. It was really nice. Right, I'll put us all out of our misery, and I'll ask my missus. She probably won't remember either. Saragossa, no. Anyway, let's get back to FPL. Sorry. Paris, no, that's not in Spain. Come on. Okay. Kane injury, Santa Ponza. There you go. Santa Ponza. But we didn't stay right in the centre. So there we go. See you later, Chaz. No. Okay, there we go. It's Santa Ponza. There you go. But is Santa Ponza an area in somewhere bigger? Oh yeah, Mallorca. There you go, Mallorca. People probably said that, didn't they? I'm sorry. Zaha being overlooked given upcoming fixtures. Yes, and he has been pretty good this season. So yeah, I would just say yeah, he is. Obviously, he's only just back from injury. Yeah, he probably is. I just think there's lots of other options right now. Not necessarily better, but why people aren't looking at him. So I think if you look at the fixtures, if you're a person that likes to punt on fixtures, then he looks like a great option. Wolves at home, not necessarily great, but then Newcastle away, Leeds away, Burnley at home, Brighton away, Fulham at home. West Brom at home as well in the next kind of 6-7, but he doesn't really fit into double game week plans or anything like that, and there are other players that I think are better, so yeah, I think he's an okay option. He's done really well this year, under the radar, to be honest. So if you had to take one out, Son or Bamford for Man City mid, or DCL for -4, I wouldn't take out Son if I had owned him. Bamford probably. Watkins or Grealish. Grealish for me, but I think if you've got full midfield slots, then Watkins is good. According to the guys at Twitter, Kane said that Son was out for a few weeks and he played a few days after. I'm assuming you mean Mourinho. That was a totally different situation, honestly. Who to bench, Johnson or De Gea? Arsenal, probably De Gea. I would just give Johnson a chance against Fulham. Probably his last chance, though. And Antonio again. This what's news. We don't know how long Kane is out for. We need to wait and see. Okay, so we'll wait and see. Souček or Rafinha? Oh, to play this week. So Leicester or... I'd play Rafinha, definitely. Barnes, Tielemans or Maddison to replace Rafinha. If you have to get rid of him, I would say Barnes. Although Tielemans is on penalties with Vardy out, so he could be a nice shorter-term punt. But if it's someone you might want to keep a bit longer, I'd probably go to for Barnes. Ever been to Westport? Yes, plenty of times. Not that far away from me. But yeah, I've stayed at like Hotel Westport a lot of times. I won't try and tell you the places in Westport I've been to because I always mix up some of the pubs with like Killarney. But Skibbereen, I don't know if I've been there. Which players to have a wildcard team right now? Triple City, probably Son, Grealish, Watkins, Antonio. These are players that I'd be looking at. Martinez. Just waiting to... I'm from England, but I live in Ireland. Which always shocks people every time I mention it. Even though I feel like I mention it quite a lot. Probably don't, I suppose. It is an FPL thing. Official Kane... Okay, you keep saying there's an official statement. Where is this official statement? Because if he doesn't know, surely that's all he's going to say. There's not going to actually be an official statement. No, I don't think Spurs have said anything, have they? Let me have a look. Yeah, I'm not gonna put the sound on for that. Josie, 2 minutes 48 seconds video of him on the Spurs website. How do I know the new overall rank? Go to Live FPL rank. Google that. See the stuff. Your sound quality is great with those panels installed. Thanks. Although one of the panels has fallen down, it's so annoying. But hopefully I'll be able to fix that. If West Ham sign Lingard, they have signed Lingard by the way. Do you think it will impact Souček's appeal? Where does Lingard get into that team? He must be squad. He must be a squad option because he's a central, like attacking midfielder. That's his best spot, and they don't need him. They just don't need him. He's not going to play instead of Fornals or Lanzini, is he? He's nothing to do with Souček. Souček and Rice are the two in midfield, and then they usually play like 4-2-3-1, sometimes 5 at the back. So yeah, not. Lingard's not an issue to Souček at all, I would imagine. Slightly off topic. Obviously, the video's research has to take a lot of time and effort. How does the other half feel about it? All the time invested. I'm sure sometimes it's like she's I wasn't streaming at 10 to 11 at night, but supportive, I guess. Something I like doing. So, yeah, happy days. And obviously, it's growing and growing. Like so, at this point, like I'm obviously getting a bit back from it as well. Considering just the amount of videos I'm doing. But yeah. Anyway, back to FPL. Captain Gundogan, yeah, don't think that's a bad choice at all. Reguilon's injured, yeah, I think he's out for like 2 to 3 weeks. So I still have my second wildcard, I did not. If I have Diaz, which other City defender would you buy? Probably Cancelo. I got to be honest, I keep flip-flopping on this, because as soon as he gets benched, I don't like him as much, but his upside's so huge. Silly statement, he's a completely different profile to Fornals. I'm not saying he's the same player, but he's going to play in their position, isn't he? Like they play as number 10s mostly. Fornals has played out on the left, I believe. I think last game Lanzini lined up number 10. That's probably where Lingard's going to play. He's not going to play instead of Rice or Souček, is he? I think he's an off-the-bench option. I don't see him starting. He's certainly not in the way of Souček. Do I think Bamford will get enough points against Leicester? I mean, I hope so. I just don't feel a massive need to sell Bamford. I think I've got other problems to put out first. That's all. For those that have Kane, it could be an idea just to bench him in the hope he's back for West Brom at home. True. It's 2 fixtures though and a lot of money. And if he's not back, it's a massive waste of cash. That's the only thing. Mourinho told the BBC that Kane will be out for a few weeks. Alright, I'll go and have a look at it afterwards. It seems like it's a bit all over the place at the moment. Thoughts on Leeds assets? Value seems to be diminishing of late and underlying stats down. Yeah, Leeds stats are down a bit over the last few. Bamford scores 50% of his points before game week 8. It could be. I think it's a tricky one. The thing for me is I'm not necessarily. I said this on the preview video earlier. I'm not completely against selling Bamford at all, right? But for me, it's bigger priorities. I'd rather get rid of Saka first, although he's in really good form. I'd rather get rid of Wood first, and then I'll see about Bamford. The fixtures are not great, don't get me wrong. Crystal Palace is probably quite good. But overall, fixtures are not fantastic. But he's so cheap. It's just not a priority for me. But Leeds assets in general, I think defensively, they're just not going to keep clean sheets, are they? So that's always going to be a worry. Then they're relying on, attacking returns. So defenders I wouldn't be too bothered about right now. And Rafinha is still a good price. I don't think he's necessarily worth a move to Saka or Souček. George Zuma to other Chelsea defender, if not who? You could look at Reece James, but I'd want to see him start first. So Man City defender if you've not already got two. Ziyech out from -4. I wouldn't do that personally. Son, own Bruno Grish. Keep us out Martial, Lacazette. Martial, Lacazette. Why is that spamming at the top? It's a bit weird. There's a lot of questions. Martial, fixtures are good, but he's going to share minutes. Lacazette's fixtures aren't great either. I'd maybe think of getting rid of one, possibly Martial first. But Ziyech, I wouldn't take a -4. No way. I don't know why all those super chats are spamming at the top. Bit weird. What do you think of Rashford and Wilson? Salah and Wilson. I guess it's not Wilson, but I don't know who for -4. So it depends who the other player is, really. Cavani for Kane. The thing is, same as Martial. Cavani and Martial are just sharing minutes. So there's no guarantee that Martial starts every single week. He probably isn't going to, so that'll put me off for sure. Plus, I already own 3 Man United players, so I can't actually do that. By the way, quick shout out to everyone that has signed up on Patreon. If you've not already checked it out, you want to support the channel a little bit further, patreon.com/Let's Talk FPL, link in the description below. Everyone that's signed up is up on the Legends wall, so big shout out to all of you lot for already signing up. Just playing with my stream deck here. And a big thanks to Ben, who has signed up since the last video/stream as well. If you want to check it out, link in that description below. Please do keep hitting the like button, hit subscribe as well if you are new around here. Isn't it crazy how this season's best squad seems to be the cheapest? Yeah, it happens in FPL though. You get this all the time. At some point the premiums will be back and we'll wish we had more. Okay, last question then I will call it. I meant, is Rashford and Wilson to Salah and Calvert-Lewin for -4 worth it? I don't know if you need to, if you want to captain Salah, yes. If not, I'd probably just do one of them then the other one next week. I guess. Don't know which one's more of a priority, really. I think for a long term, it's not a bad -4, but you don't have to do it because Rashford and Wilson are both going to play. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please do hit a like on it, hit subscribe if you're new around here. Check out Patreon and the link in the description below. I'll be back tomorrow morning for a team selection video. I'll have a bit more of a think about who I'm taking out what I'm doing with transfers basically, with Kane probably injured, and I'll try and get some definitive news on when he's out for. Captaincy in the evening and then deadline stream on Saturday. So make sure you tune in for all that. Thank you very much for staying with me this late. It's nearly 11 o'clock. I'll catch you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.